Well, good morning. Today is Sunday. We're getting things ready to move. I'm going to put the hitch on the auger, stick that in the farmall, and we're going to go up to Appleton today and hopefully get rid of all the soybeans we have up there. We have a couple trucks lined up. We're going to move our wagons, grain cart, auger, combine, header trailer. So you got our morning cut out for us. By the time we get everything up there and ready to go, it should be noon. Dew should be off, should be ready to roll. So let's make that happen. We're gonna do a little cold start here on the old 45 and see if she wants to work for us today. She's been a good girl, but cold starts in this thing are awesome. I can't be the only one obsessed with old Soundguards, right? Like, it's got to be a universal thing. Let's give her a send here. Stick her clutch in. Oh yeah, I like nothing. You buy your first Soundguard, you're a god amongst men. Actually, I don't know if that's actually the case, but you're a lot cooler than you used to be before you owned a Soundguard. I know that much. I guess we'll fuel up the other beasts. We'll bring the Puma with us. We'll bring the Massey with us. The 45 sealed up, ready to go. You know what? As much as I'm not really a fan of the new Deers, there's something about a Soundguard I'll just never get over. I think I'll always love those more than anything else. Truth be told, I do love this Puma. In fact, Bob and I have been fighting over it all year when we were doing silage just because of the ride quality. It's a nice tractor, what can I say? But our custom guys brought out a new AFS Connect Puma and a new AFS Connect Magnum. And looking at those things, it's like a spaceship. And I am in no way, shape, or form qualified by NASA. But I'll give it a shot. Alright, this, that, and that. We all made it. Took forever. This tractor only does 30 on the road. 30 clicks, that is, not even miles. Things slow as Stephen Hawking running hurdles. So now we're just opening up. I'm waiting for Bobberoni here to figure out what he wants to do. Lindsay's gonna get back with the boot for the auger so I can get that set up to load the trucks. And then we'll be off to the races. You got this main piece here, a piece behind the tree line, and a piece behind that tree line. So we got our work cut out for us today, folks. Now I just gotta do what every other great grain cart driver did that came before me. Sit here, bang the tunes, and eat as many snacks as I can and then be hungry by 1 o'clock. So right here, there's a line right up the field where there's no beans. It's about one row that's missing. And that's called a skip. And that means either a row unit got plugged or he was off by his GPS. Either way, the punishment for that, I'm pretty sure, is death by firing squad. So Bob's lady, Lindsay, decided to go out and get a Starbucks. I've been to Starbucks like 3 times, I think. One I can remember. So he just said, I'll get you what I get. And I said, okay. So it is a, what the hell? Caramel Crunch Frap. I don't know what that means, but it looks like this. And you can get diabetes off that for sure. Like if you want to bleed gravy, go to Starbucks. Holy hell. All right, back at the soybeans today. We're gonna go bring everything home from the field we were in yesterday. I'm gonna get some beef cows fed. Gonna bring them a feeder wagon full of some goodness, and then we'll get up the road, get everything back home, and move on to the next field. We have 2 fields local to us, so should go a little faster, be a little easier. So let's see what happens. The problem with this field here is that we planted this last. We planted this really late. It got really wet this spring. So this one didn't go in until I think the last week of June, first week of July. We're still pretty high up in moisture and a lot of FM's going in that sample. But we'll get it all blended off and it'll go fine. Run the fans for a little bit. But we just have this piece, another piece across the road, and then we got another 75, 80 acres up the road into Mansfield. So we'll move up that way and see where we end up. But as of right now, we have a solid week of sunshine and good weather, so we're gonna make the most of it. We should be done here soon, moving back on to high moisture corn. Well, a little demo of how tough these beans are. We just plugged the rotor up. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah. It's really hard to tell where the line is when you have a crop like this, because some sections like this where it was really dry, yeah, they're still pretty tough, but they're not that wet. When you get down on that far side, especially here around that swamp area, they can be pretty unsuspecting, and then you plug your rotor up full of them. So I figured I'd take a second and explain why soybeans can be so challenging and so time consuming to harvest. I'll just start off and say you can't start doing soybeans first thing in the morning, because whenever the dew's on, these bean stalks and pods get wet. And what the combine's supposed to do is take this here, basically break the pod open, and you see there's beans on the inside. Combine separates the beans from this. This is called the chaff or trash, depending on where you're at, and it puts them up in the hopper. That's grade 1 farming. Grade 2 farming is learning why these don't thresh easy in the mornings, because like I said, when the dew's on, these pods and these stalks get all wet, and the problem you face is that they don't break open so easy and let the beans out, and you'll get these pods up in the combine, you'll get them getting stuck, the moisture's high, they don't thresh as easy, and it's just not a very good time. Think of it like this: have you ever brought home McDonald's, suddenly realized you didn't want it, and you stuck it in the fridge? What happens to the fries? They get soggy. Why is that? It's cold, it's moist in the fridge. Throw it in the fryer again, being the sun or the oven, and you get nice crispy fries. If you like soggy fries, I don't like you. Another way to look at it is that harvesting soybeans is like baking a cake, where it's all about science, it's all about the right ingredients, and if they're not in the right way, the right order, it's not gonna rise, it's not gonna be fluffy, it's gonna be a wet, soggy pile of mush. Nobody wants that on their birthday. Corn is a lot like throwing a frozen pizza in the oven. You can do it in the middle of the night, first thing in the morning, whenever you want, and it's always gonna have the same result. Problems we face is when we're harvesting corn in the snow or right after a rainstorm. We try not to do that during any kind of precipitation. It doesn't really mesh well. But corn can be harvested 24/7 as long as the weather's right. Soybeans, you have a window. You get a long window. Second that dew's on, shut her down, because you're gonna have a bad time, and nobody wants to shovel out the combine. Look at how majestic that is. See? Look at that. Why would I want him to stop? That's beautiful.